everybody, it's Adamoshi here as Carrot, but today in this video I want to show some of my old drawings off from when I was a kid. So all of these drawings are at least 2007 and back, and I just want to show off some of my old cringy drawings. And you can see that even though I wasn't a furry back then, I was a big fan of drawing animals, and as you will see, there is a big theme going in these drawings, at least for the vast majority of them. So here they are. Okay everybody, I'm back. I had to take my paws off so I can actually flip through all of these pages in this book. But anyway, so here's some old drawings I did, and they're, in my opinion, terrible, but that's because these are a lot older and I was a lot younger and stuff when I made these. But I've improved a whole lot over the years, and hopefully I will continue to improve as long as I keep on practicing and make it my goal to keep improving. But anyway, so the first one, well actually before I get to that, I'm not going to try to spend too much time on each one because there is quite a few, and this is not all of the drawings. This is just like a very small sample, and I mean small sample of what I had. So, and this is still probably a lot, so I'm just going to generally show, you know, each one. But anyway, here we go. So the first one here, I called her Pink Lady. Obviously I did this in 2007. I was a senior in high school when I did this, and I think she's very cute. So yeah, we're just going to go fairly quick. I have a fox character I did, and I gave him some tufts, but some kind of cat. But I did this around, I think I did this 1999, 2000. It was something like that. I can't quite remember. Some of these do not have dates on them. Here's one with a cat lady holding a gun. She's supposed to be badass or something. A little drawing of another kitty. Once again, like I said, a theme here. Cats. And here is one of my earlier computer drawings, and this was all done with like drawing this out with a mouse. This was before like pen tablets were widely available. This was like late 90s, early 2000s. Windows 98, that paint program that came with that operating system. Yeah, that's what I did this on. So I was like, hi! He looks like he has one giant eye. It's supposed to be two, and he's supposed to be like drawing the eyes next to each other to look like he's looking forward, but I ended up just making him look like he's just got one giant eye. So he's a Cyclops cat. But anyway, so long time ago there was this show called Zoids, and I was obsessed with it, and I still love it. And I have like two of the models from the Zoids that were on the show. But anyway, I thought I would make my own, and I called it a Liger 3030. Where I got the number 3030, I don't have a clue. But obviously I did this. 2002 is when I made this picture. I was really proud of this picture too, because I had never done anything that looked like it was made to be a machine. But Zoids was a really awesome show, and if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and watch some old Zoid shows. There's several different series. I like Chaotic Century personally, but anyway, here's a cat prince I did. Some of the spelling on these drawings, like, what in the heck? It's supposed to be Fountain of Love, but obviously I was too dumb to actually spell stuff correctly. But anyway, these, like I said, these are like when I was really little, so I didn't quite know how to spell some words. He's a prince. He's looking for, it's kind of like a Cinderella thing. I had that in mind when I drew this. When did I do this? In 2000. He got some jeans on in this one. A lot of these are just kind of random doodles I did at school or when I was at home or whatever. So yeah, they're in little plastic sleeves, so you have to forgive the glare up here. But yeah, I got two cats making out. Yeah, we'll keep on moving on. She's supposed to be dancing, and the lines around the boobs is supposed to be her shaking her boobs. So yeah, this one I did when I was like 1st or 2nd grade. I did like a cat and a mouse. And here's some more little drawings. These are like really early drawings. I did some fruit with that cat. It won't focus. He's cutting a watermelon, or at least it's what he's supposed to be doing. So here's the drawing that Milo, the carrot suit, is supposed to be based off of. This is the character, even though he's not colored or anything. I always imagined this character as orange, and I named him Milo. But there's a Doberman doggy, and yeah, this is supposed to be Milo, but then I changed his name to Carrot because honestly I'm kind of more attached to Carrot now. But this is the character he was based off of. This is Sugar and her 4 cute kittens with a Lisa Frank sticker. I was obsessed with Lisa Frank and still am. So that's her 4 cute kittens. I guess this is the 4th one. That's Sugar. These are her other 3, and this is the 4th one. I guess he's supposed to be rambunctious. Here's another, this is that same made up Zoid that I did, just without color. Alright, moving on. Wow, this one's really busy. So sometimes I would do these like collage style pictures. So I did this colored part on the computer. I just said cats rule because I love cats. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of little dudes. Hi, who are you? Every Other Time from LFO. Love Shack Baby. These are like song references, some of the lyrics. What ya doing? What ya doing? Making you hungry? Peaches and Cream. Oh, that was an old song too. Yeah, this might be dating me a little. Meow Out Loud. Let me see. Oh, he's looking at a book. Is it all? And he's like, oh. Yeah. Hang on there. Help. Here's a deer couple. She's feeling his muscles. She's like, oh, that's nice. I did this in 2007. So yeah, I did the hoofs for hands. Alright, yeah, so obviously I've said that I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z because, you know, Carrot being, you know, play off of Kakarot. And so I did Goku as a cat. Like I did, or at least a cat that was in Goku's clothes. When did I do this? I was 12, 2001. So I did this. And here's one I did long time ago, like 4th, 5th grade. These are the 2 lovebirds. They say sexy all over the sexy baby all over their clothes. Oh. So also I was a big fan of the second Lady and the Tramp movie, Scamp's Adventure, so I drew a picture of Scamp. I did this in 2004. And here is like a concert. When did I do this one? 2001, I think it says there. But yeah, it's a concert going on there. I think I have another one that's like that somewhere. So sometimes I would draw cars, and I found a picture of a Dodge Viper and I drew it. And then I drew this family of cats relaxing on the beach. I even have an orca and a swordfish and a shark jumping out of the water. But they're relaxing on the beach. And that's the father and the mother and the 2 kids. Here's some Milo pictures here where he is colored orange, but his hair is not blue. His eyes are blue. I think they are blue. Yeah, I colored him blue. His hair is yellow, but I stuck with blue for his hair tough. But yeah, here he is actually orange, but he also has white. So yeah, I took some liberties with, I just based this head off of this character here. So here's a Lisa Frank kind of themed Happy Birthday Daddy. I guess this was supposed to be for my dad and somehow I ended back with it. But 2004, it's supposed to be kind of sort of Lisa Frank. The eyes were inspired by Lisa Frank, but it's like a lion thing. It's cute. I did that, yeah, I did that in 2004. This one I did in 2001 or 2000, something like that, where I did like some weird, almost like a movie poster looking picture, where that girl is also in the background, and he's like got cowboy boots on, and he's like staring up at the sky. Here's another one, just random doodles. I got a dog, cat, some weird gremlin cat thing, and a even more gremlin cat thing. And then I did like kind of like the Koopas, and a mix of the Koopas and a cat. With that one right there. And then he's running away with a key, like he's a main character in a video game or some adventure, I don't know. So here's some more cats. Like I said, there's a theme going on here. So lots of cats. This one is howling like a dog. Yeah, so you got some more kitty cats. Like I said, I was a bit obsessed. I like cats a lot, but I try to branch out a little bit more often. And here's my early attempts at shading. Here's a dog. Here's a change. So I did this one in 2003. And he's just relaxing on some pillows. And he's like, it's supposed to be like a Doberman or something, but yeah, he's just chillaxing. I'd played around with perspective where his paws look bigger in the front. Or closer to you. Alright, so here's one of my first characters that's an actual reoccurring character of mine. This is Katrina, and you've probably maybe seen her before if you're familiar with some of my drawings or whatever. That I've posted a few, maybe 2 or 3 with her in it, but yeah, this is like one of my first actually dedicated original character that I've like kept up with, but she's changed over time a little bit, but essentially, like, mostly her clothes have changed, and this is not white, this is more of an off-white, kind of more cream color, and she's still this dark brown, and she still has blue eyes and a black nose, but her clothes have changed, and yeah, she's still got this general round hair tuft thing, but it's a little more spiky looking, I guess. But yeah, this is my very first drawing of that character, and I did this when I was a senior in high school. This actually used to be a much bigger picture, like almost 3 or 4 times the size of this, but I cut it down to where I just had her head. So here's another one that I did on the computer with my name, and I did all of this with a mouse, and I even attempted to do shading, and I even did like 2 levels of shading there, like a lighter shade color and a darker shade of color and a highlight. I think those are highlights. Yeah, I did some highlights, but yeah, that was pretty hard, and it would take me forever to do that. Here's another scamp picture where I have a mountain and a cat in the background and some flowers. I grew up out in the country. My house that I grew up in was way back in the boonies, so we had lots of, like, you know, cows and stuff and fields, and where I grew up is really hilly, and in fact my house was in between 2 big hills, and we were like in the valley, so we had lots of flowers and like farmland and stuff like that. So we had some of these irises and tulips growing and stuff, so I just kind of incorporated. They weren't exactly this color, but buttercups, things like that. In fact, I think that is a buttercup and not an iris, but I would have those around whenever I was a kid. And I think my parents still have those flowers growing, or at least whenever it's time for them to bloom. So here's another one with a giant tree and 2 cats that love each other. Friendship never leaves. When did I do that? It's kind of hard to see. 2001. I had to look at it and set it, because I'm viewing it through the camera screen, and it's kind of hard to see it, so I had to just look down myself. Here is a princess cat. 2000. Here is I guess a Siamese cat. So he's doing some splits. Not that I was intending for him to do splits, but yeah, he looks like he's doing the splits. Here's another one with some rainbow with my name also on the computer. And I really liked drawing the cat's green with blue eyes, I guess. I don't know. Here's another one. But it says Happy Valentine's Day. And holding the ring. I did that in 2003. Here's a dog. And some more early attempts at shading. 2003 for that one. Here's a dog. Here's a cat and a dog. He's like, yipe. He's falling out of the tree. And the dog's gonna get him. Poor kitty. Here's a one I did in 2007. I've done this character a few times, but she's not really like a dedicated character. I've drew this character like maybe once or twice more. Whereas with Katrina, I've made a lot of different pictures with her. But she's got an eye patch. I guess she's supposed to be like a Siamese cat. Or at least some kind of inspired by one. Alright, here we go. Here's a big one. So this is, I'm a big fan of Paper Mario. And this is the box art, but from the N64 game. But I catified all of them. So here's like one of the party members. It's like a paratrooper. I made him a cat. Mario's a cat. The Goombas are cats. The Goombas are, or not Goombas, but the Koopas are cats. Bowser's a cat. Princess Peach is a cat. Even this party member that's a ghost, the Booze, is a cat. Everything. Even this little thing. This is like a background. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking. You probably know what these are. They're kind of in an early level of the game where they look like a pole. I even put a cat face on them, and he's going after a star. So yeah. This is my interpretation, cat form, of that N64 box art for Paper Mario. So I was a big fan of it, and I did that in 2003. So yeah, I got that game in when it came out, later when it came out for Christmas that year, and I just, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I'll stop talking about Paper Mario. Alright, here's another one of Kitty, or Katrina. I used to call her Kitty, but I call her Katrina because Kitty seems kind of stereotypical because she's a cat. So I'm like, you know what, my husband came up with the name Katrina, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like that. So yeah, I did this in 2007, so I was like my senior year of high school. She's like, peace. Oh, here's another one of those concert pictures. So here's another one where they're doing a concert. And this is my poor attempt at doing wrinkles in clothes back then. But, you know, gotta learn. So, true love is flowing in the air. She's like riding on his back. How in the world are you staying up there when that arm is not holding her leg? She is purely hanging on by squeezing him to death on his chest there, because he is not hanging on to her at all. So that would, yeah, you got some upper body strength to hang on, and he's not helping to hold you up. So she's got some kind of cool jacket on and some combat boots and some cool pants on, and she's got like some kind of belt thing that holds some stuff, and she's got some cool gloves on. And I did this in 06, so I was so September, I was a junior in high school. Here's a really old anime style inspired, like anime inspired picture I did when I was 11 years old in the year 2000 something or other. I cannot see what that says. think it says 2000. Yeah, I was going to be 12 that year, but I wasn't quite 12 when I did this picture. But yeah, she's surfing in the background, and this, it kind of looks scratchy because that's gel pen. Gel pens were like a really big thing back then. I don't know if they are anymore, but they were. And even the color of the blue of her eyes is gel pen. Gel pens were like, oh yeah, there's a lot of gel pen. Her shirt is gel pen. Her eyes are gel pen, and the green of the bikini is gel pen. That was really, really big popular thing, where we'd have black notebook paper in notebooks, and then we'd have the really bright colored gel pens. So I always liked those. But yeah, she got some anime eyes going on. She's ready to fight, I guess. She's got her fists up while somebody's surfing in the background. So oh yeah, and so yeah, the Got Milk ads were kind of like a big thing back. I don't know if they do those anymore, but I did my own version of Got Milk, and she's drinking a carton of milk. She's just standing there. I did this in 2001. She's supposed to have milk on her mouth, but half her face is white, so it's kind of hard to tell. But at least she's holding a carton of milk. Alright, yeah, here's some more Goku or Dragon Ball Z styled cat. I was such a weird kid. Some weird saber-tooth cat thing in 2004. Here's some more early attempt at shading. This was also 2004. I did this weird, like, okay, the eyes, he's supposed to be, like, the eyes are supposed to be closed, but like in a happy, like, squinting with them arched up. That's what that was trying to do there. Hopefully that's what it looks like, especially with the expression, with the grin like that. I don't know. I was really proud of the shading I did on this back then, because like I was still learning how to, you know, do that. And so of course, even though this is not necessarily furry related, or I guess because they are mostly based on animals, at least the ones in this picture, I had to do a Pokemon picture. This one I did, well, there's no date on it, but I did this around like 4th or 5th grade, right when Pokemon first came to the US, and it blew up. Like, obviously people my age, you remember how truly huge Pokemon was. I mean, it still is, but it was, because it was new and something different, like it blew up. And so I drew a Pokemon picture, because I remember that I did this one at school, and that day at school, during like the time of the day when we do like a study hall, where all the people that did like sports went to do sports, like practice and whatever, and everybody else, you know, sits around and does study hall or whatever. Sometimes they'll play some movies, and one of the movies that they played was the first Pokemon movie. That movie. That's my original one from when I was a kid. But anyway, so yeah, I was inspired to draw some Pokemons. I got a Persian and a Meowth, Pikachu and a Rapidash, and Jigglypuff, and a really weird Jigglypuff, and a Mew that's not quite colored correctly, but you know. I was still learning about Pokemon, but I was still a big fan, collecting the cards and stuff. Alrighty. The Great Painter. Oh no, not the paintbrush! I remember having this picture up in the classroom whenever I did this. 1999. So here it says cats rule, dogs drool, but I purposely misspelled it so that it would look like it, like I was trying to go with it matched this word. So yeah, I purposely misspelled drool to make it look like rule. Like I said, I was a really weird kid. Weren't we all? Here's another kitty. I should have done more animals, and I have, but this is just like I said, this is just like a sample of what I did. Like I said, all these pictures are just, this is just a little bit. I had to really be nitpicky about what to pick to show here, because I have two big like binders just back to back filled, bursting with drawings I did as I was growing up, and I had to really be really picky of what I wanted to show off. But it ended up being a lot of cats over the years, but I did draw other animals too and other things. So I did this one in 2002. Some more shading. He's knocking on a door, but he looks really scared and confused, I guess. So here is another one of those. Obviously I was a big Nintendo person, and so I drew a lot of like Nintendo like Mario characters, but as cats. Here's Bowser as a cat. Or at least it's supposed to be my version of Bowser as a cat. And there's the Mario Brothers as cats, and Waluigi is a cat, Toad, and even Yoshi is a cat. And a piranha plant thing as a cat. There's Wario as a cat. Chain Chomp instead of a dog, it's a cat. The Boos as cats. Princess Peach as a cat. The Babam as a cat. Lakuta, or whatever how you spell or pronounce his name, cat. This is supposed to be a penguin because he's got the flatter tail and the feet like a penguin, but it's a cat. Yoshi babies as cats. That's supposed to be a Goomba, but it doesn't really look like a Goomba and a cat. Some Koopas as cats. Yeah, I would take things and just make them cats. I don't remember when I did this, but this was obviously a long time ago. So that's not really anything. Here's another one of Scamp. I love that movie. And I liked Angel, like the other character, but I really liked Scamp a lot. I did this in 2001. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I couldn't spell, but I was also very little when I drew this, so. Looks like I tried to do a peace sign, and then I erased it. But his name is Bit, and it's a boy. Can't imagine what tipped me off to think that it was a boy. Because this one is a grill, not a girl, a grill. Couldn't spell for my life. And this is supposed to be Kibbles, but I spelled Kebbles. It's supposed to be Kibbles and Bits. Help me, Bits. Like I said, I was really little when I did this, and I couldn't spell for the life of me. And yeah, here is Bits again, like, boy. Yeah, a boy. It's supposed to be the same character. Got the same kind of hair, that little thing on the tail. It's just no collar, and this one has no shirt, but it is the same character. This one's just colored. And I remember reading some of those old Sonic the Hedgehog not cartoons, but the comics back in the day, the Archie comics from the early 90s, and I was reading some of those because my brother and I were into that. And after reading some and looking at the artwork, it inspired me to draw this picture, and that's where I got this like cheap spike thing from, and I still kind of do that. It's just obviously a lot better than that, but yeah, I was 10. Alright, here's the last one. So, one I did when I can't read any of that, but this one I remember I did this when I was in 7th grade. So the background there, cats rock the world. And it says Mary J. Blige, because back then I remember she was a pretty popular like R&B artist, and I really liked her stuff because I like R&B a lot. Of course, I like a lot of different types of music, but I was really into hip-hop and R&B. So I liked her music back then. So yeah, it says Mary J. Blige. So anyway, yeah, you can tell that some of these are, you know, obviously animal people. I just didn't know what furry was back then. Obviously it existed, but I didn't have access to the internet until I was like 11 or 12 years old, or at least at home access to the internet. And of course, school internet, it was very restrictive what you could see, you know, what you could go to, and I didn't really spend a lot of time on the internet because it was just very, very crude back then. So yeah, but I was always interested in anthropomorphic characters, and especially cats, but I loved animals in general, and I still do, and I loved drawing them back then, and I still do to this day. So, but anyway, I just wanted to show off some of these old, really poorly drawn pictures, but you know, for my age, you know, a lot of people thought I did a really good job, so yeah, for the age that I was when I drew these, I was pretty impressed. I did a lot of drawing, and like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what I did when I was growing up. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry, it's me just holding it. I don't have the best setup, but anyway, I will catch you in the next video. See you later, alligator!